Totally. Like basically any animated movie, any CGI and special effects. Um, a lot of movies I've done have, people have had to code in order to turn me into a superhero. I mean, I wouldn't have been able to do any of the stuff I did as Sue Storm in the Fantastic Four movies, or even in Spy Kids. All that stuff was special effects
Great,
and required coding.
thanks, Jessica.
Yeah.
Our next question comes from Dalhousie, Manitoba, Canada.
Inspiration, gosh, it really came from two things. One is when I was little, when I was your age, I was really sick and I was in the hospital all the time. I had really bad asthma and allergies, and like almost everything I ate would give me these rashes, and I would have to go to the hospital, and my throat would close. Whenever I got a cold, it would turn into pneumonia, and I had to be in the hospital. And when I had my baby 6 years ago, she was born, I wanted my baby to not be sick. And I wanted to make sure that she didn't have to spend time in the hospital the way that I did when I was little. And when I did research and I found out that all of these things that are in my home, from what I wash my dishes with, to clothes, to even shampoos, toothpaste, everything has these bad chemicals that could make my baby sick and make her have allergies and asthma and things like that. So I really created a company because I didn't want her to be sick, and I didn't think any baby should have to be sick, or a person for that matter. So that's why I have so many products. Yeah, we have diapers and wipes, but we do everything from laundry detergent to multi-surface sprays to candles even, all using the highest quality ingredients, but at an affordable price, because a lot of times the healthier products are super expensive and most people can't afford them. So I wanted to make sure everybody could afford them and everyone can get them, and that's why I wanted to create my company and put it online on honest.com, because it doesn't matter where you live, whether you're in Canada, whether you're in New York City, whether you're really anywhere in the world. Hopefully you'll have access to honest.com. Right now it's just the United States and Canada, but my company is only almost 3 years old, but in about a year we plan on expanding overseas.
Thanks, Jessica. Our next question comes from Bellevue East High School in Bellevue, Nebraska.
Hi. It is my brain. It's how I speak to my family. It's how I find my, restaurants that I want to eat at. Music. It's when I'm working out or driving. It's how I communicate on social media. I use also like my iPad for recipes and things like that. My kids, when we travel, they watch movies on it. They play educational games. And then basically my office, I like to say, is my laptop. So I use all three of my devices pretty heavily on a daily basis. The only problem is when you're in constant communication like that, it's hard to shut off. And I think that's the only bad thing about technology is you're on all the time, you're available all the time, and you're always communicating. And sometimes it's nice to rest a little bit. I guess that's what sleeping is for, which I don't get a lot of.
Thank you, Jessica. Our next question comes from Ecker Hill